Y'all, did y'all hear about 17 people have came up missing in Atlanta after they did an application on Indeed and was offered an interview? They went to that interview and no one ever heard from them ever since. This is scary and we got to be careful. Well, everybody got to be careful. If you applying on Indeed, be careful. Because y'all know I went to the Book of the Face and I searched this, right? Because everything get talked about on the Book of the Face. And when I searched this up, it's so many posts talking about how people are going on these interviews that they're getting off of Indeed and they're not being seen after they go to those interviews. Can't nobody find them. So for the mothers and fathers, or hell, even if you ain't a mother or father, you probably out there looking for you a job. Be careful letting your children apply on Indeed, and you be careful with applying on Indeed. I remember back in the day, you used to get a job off Indeed like that. Now they using it to kidnap people.
Y'all definitely got to be careful on Indeed. So I had a friend just tell me the story of a woman who she put in some applications on Indeed or whatever, just the whoop-de-whoop. She applies to this call center, or so she thought. So she applies, she gets the interview, good. Now they send her the location. This is where things get a little bit iffy. The location is some warehouse. She still has the number that contacted her. She calls to confirm that this is their address. She walks in. She sits down and waits for her interview. There's a man who comes from the back room and he approaches her and says, "Hey, I'm such and such. We've been texting. Come for your interview. Come to the back." She goes in this back room with this man. I'm gonna just cut the chase. The next day she was reported missing. 2 months later, they find her in the woods. You know what? Y'all, be careful. Stay dangerous. Be very mindful of Indeed. The scams are so ridiculous. But not only are they scams, there are unimaginable evils waiting for the opportunity.
Y'all, there is a serial unaliver on Indeed, allegedly. This is crazy. So I just did some digging into this. And allegedly, there is something going on where people are getting basically abducted, unalived in Atlanta after applying for this one particular position. Now, it's creepy because the position has been removed and it's only on there for a certain period of time. The person applies just like any other job, and they receive a text message to their phone. And this text message says like, "Hey, my name is so-and-so. We like to have you for an interview at this location." And it's like a personal phone number or text down number that's texting them. And people have met up with the person allegedly and were unalived. And they don't know who's behind this or what's behind this. This is scary, okay? Especially with this recession coming up and, us being in economic times where jobs are even harder to find and people are really, really, really looking for jobs. This is scary. So be on the lookout in Atlanta when you're applying for work, just because, like I said, I hear a lot of people are getting these weird texts. And if the text message or the email is not a business text or a business number, or I should say business email, do not text it back. Do not go there. Do not meet them, because I don't know what is going on, but all I know is something creepy and sinister is going on. I don't know if this is a trafficking ring. Like, it's just so strange and creepy. But I do hear it's only in Atlanta, Georgia right now. The person who's doing this or behind this, it's not a legit job. It's a scam. And this person is trying to unalive people. Some of these employment scams are just to get your social and stuff like that. And, that's already horrific enough. But this right here is scary. So be careful. Make sure you don't put your personal identity information on there. Because they're doing a lot of weird stuff right now with people being so, needing the jobs, second jobs. People need work 3 jobs nowadays to be able to afford eggs. So yeah, just be careful because I keep hearing about it. There is an update on the missing people after going to a job interview that was posted on Indeed, or should I say a job application being put in from a hiring manager that posted the job on Indeed. Now there are a total of 17 missing people after, going to the same exact job interview. This is so disturbing. This happened in Atlanta, Georgia. All these people tend to be women or girls, young girls, teenagers, young women between the ages of 20, in their 20s, 27, 35. These are the names of everyone. Everyone's saying that this isn't real. This is real, y'all. Please be careful. Like I said, there are scams out there to, risk, your identity being stolen or anything like that. Just make sure that you're putting an application in with a legitimate company. Like I said, the 17 people that are missing are actually missing people. This isn't made up. And I'm not 100% sure what job this was for. It just was a listing or a posting, and it led to a virtual interview, or not a virtual interview, a link being sent to go to an interview. And the name of this person, the identity of the person that the job was linked back to would, get deleted and then put back up later. Like I said, when you do apply for a place, please make sure that you're not putting in your personal information or details or going up to an address that is not real or address that seems like it's sketchy.
Have y'all heard about them people who apply for those jobs on Indeed, showed up to the interview and went missing? If you haven't, you can go search it up and follow that story. But it kind of makes me think of this interview that my daughter literally just went on last week. So the job was supposed to be for DraftKings. And this is not to call out DraftKings or anything like that. I'm just telling a story of how it was presented to my daughter. So to start, my daughter had a phone interview with a woman who my daughter said the interview went very well with. The lady pretty much told her, "You're exactly what we're looking for." She was then invited for an in-person interview. She got an email that had the details of time, date, location, yada, yada. When my daughter first got the email, she pulled up the address that they sent her. And my daughter came to me and she was like, "Mom, this place looks kind of janky, but I'm going to go see what they're talking about." And I just want to insert that my daughter was unemployed for about a month, maybe more. So that feeling of like, I need a job. So she was just like, I'm going to go see what they're talking about. So my daughter shows up to the interview, and as she suspects, the place is janky on the outside and janky on the inside. She basically described it as a place that does not look like a real place of employment with like real employees in there. She said it was just like, it looked like kind of like a room and like another little room. And she said there was nothing but men in the back. A guy comes from the back and greets her, and they had like a little bit of an exchange because apparently there was some confusion about the time she was supposed to be there. Ends up having to go to the back and tells her he'll be right back. But my daughter wasn't feeling the vibes from the moment she got there. And she said that he was kind of shifty, like just the vibes were off. In addition to there being nothing but men in this building. She said when he went to the back, she had a moment to think and left. She said she felt very uncomfortable. So I'm glad that she had enough discernment to get the hell up out of there. Now, this is not to say that job was not a legitimate job, but I'm the type of person, like, if it looks like bullshit and feels like bullshit, it's probably some bullshit. And I pray for discernment, not only for myself, but for my children as well. So I'm glad that she had the discernment that she felt like she wasn't in a good situation. But it is so disheartening and so extremely sad that people who are unemployed, who are looking for real jobs, are falling into a trap because it looks good, it seems legit. They're showing up to these places to never be seen again, likely trafficked. So please, 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 listen to your gut. Listen to that little voice in your head, okay? That's your discernment talking. And if you don't have discernment, pray for it. Pray for it for yourself and your loved ones, because these people have gotten very, very clever. So it is so important that you have discernment. Y'all stay safe out there.
Yo, if y'all know anybody that's applying for jobs on Indeed, please tell them to be safe and be careful. I know a lot of people is out here looking for jobs, but they is scamming on Indeed with jobs. I done seen numerous people talking about this on my FYP. They saying it's like 17 people that's missing in Atlanta due to jobs on Indeed. But I just seen on my FYP that the lady was speaking about a girl that went missing that applied for a warehouse job on Indeed. So the girl just thinking she just applying for a regular job, right? She goes to the job interview, right? Introduces herself to the guy. He introduces himself to her. So he tells her to come to the back. You know, they had some things, you know, to talk about, I guess, concerning the job. Why they say they never heard no more from the girl. Then they goes to say a few days later, they found the girl was unalive. Yes, due to her applying for a job on Indeed, she went to the job as if she was getting hired, but the job was fake. So it was a scam. So he took this girl, unalived her, and threw her body somewhere. Y'all, please be careful and be safe. I know a lot of people is out here looking for jobs, but this is the way how they try to traffic people through Indeed. It's terrible. It's like things is not the same no more. It's like it's always a catch, and it's always some type of incident or something taking place behind the situation that people is out here doing. People really don't mean no good nowadays. So y'all, please be safe on Indeed, and y'all spread the word. Bye, y'all.
Fuck it. I think we don't need jobs anyway. So did y'all hear about that little girl had ended up, I think she was 17 years old or 16 years old, and she decided she wanted to apply for a job? Everybody knows that we use Indeed to apply for a job. But with her, she was new and she was on Indeed and she was applying for a job. So when she applied for a job, she got the interview and she decided to go to the interview. When she went to the interview, she went by herself. The interview was at 7 p.m. That was the first red flag. Then, not only that, the interview was at a warehouse where everything was distant from each other. So when she took the Uber, it was dark and it was like buildings distance from each other. When she get there, after everything was distance from each other, she had an interview with the lady at the front desk, and then the lady had sent her to the back to interview with someone else. When she had went back there, she had ended up not coming back out. So she, to this day, nobody can't find her. Now, if y'all have interviews, please be mindful of these jobs out here actually sitting up here abducting people through interviews. 17 people came up missing in Atlanta for the same exact thing.
I don't know who need to hear this, but y'all lying about those 17 teens getting trafficked from trying to go to an Indeed interview. And I don't know why y'all sit up here and lie like that, knowing that this has not been on no type of news outlet, no type of media coverage. Why y'all do that? And then not to mention the photos of those teens or whatever look so fake. Like, do y'all not know what AI look like? Why do everybody look the same? Why is everybody the same weight and height? Like, what were they applying for? Did they all need to be the same height and weight for them to get the job? Like, y'all. Granted, Indeed does tell you that there are scams on the site and you have to be very careful and read thoroughly what you are applying for. I feel like y'all are taking it a little bit too far by saying, oh, people are getting trafficked and taken by
going to interviews on Indeed. Granted, I know we've all experienced filling out applications and getting weird emails and weird calls and etc. But y'all, don't scare people away from getting on Indeed. Because Indeed, some people really had great success on Indeed. Some people really do use Indeed and get good results. It's just all about how are you using the app. A lot of people get on the app and they say that they just apply for every job on there. Like, come on now, y'all gotta do a little bit of work.
As a content creator, I think you have the simple responsibility of doing the research. It could be a simple Google search. I don't care how you do the research. But all these people in the back here look AI generated. There's no 17 people in Georgia missing. I'm tired of seeing this pop up on my timeline. So I'm going to fact check this. There's no 17 people missing in Georgia in regards to Indeed job interviews. And you can go just simply Google search that and you'll see that no articles pop up that talk about this. And every person in this background just doesn't even look real. Please do y'all research. Please, when y'all see things pop up on your timeline, please double check because people will tell you anything.
Y'all, something is off about the 17 people who went missing after going for an Indeed interview. I couldn't find a single article mentioning the story whatsoever. The only references I can find about the story are on TikTok and Facebook. So I decided to investigate. I started by Googling some of the names of the people who purportedly went missing after going on Indeed interviews. But this person went missing in 2018. Which tracks because if we add up the list of date of birth and their ages, it does not equal 2024 or 2025. Something is seriously off. So I did some more digging and came across this news story from WTOL, a Fox affiliate market in Ohio, that was detailing a story of a sex trafficking ring that occurred during Super Bowl 2019. And if you look at many of the names on the list, they align with the list that's going around now about this Indeed story. And the list and screenshot here is taken from an organization called the SOAP Project. Save Our Adolescents from Prostitution. So truly, what is this? I'm not sure who started the story, and it's entirely possible that people have gone on sketchy Indeed interviews, but the way it's being circulated using these girls' images is disrespectful. So to everyone, be mindful of using social media as a news source. It's not always credible.
I'm having a great day. Now, this story, I've been watching this story for weeks, and I didn't want to make a reaction video to it until I got all of my facts straight. I was a little bit skeptical because at first, I'm like, every time I research this certain topic, I never see no major news channel covering it. I haven't seen any family members come out and say anything about it. And I just don't see any headlines about it. I believe if 17 people were missing on a major platform like Indeed, I'm pretty sure it'd be in big bright lights. You know, TMZ or somebody would have spoke about it or something. And another thing, when you see the article that everybody is posting in front of, the faces look AI generated. So I was kind of skeptical about making a reaction video, and I didn't want to come out and put this out there without me having all the facts. Now people coming out, they saying that they feel the same way I do. That's why these days you got to do your research before you just put something out here, because you could be putting out something false and fake, you know. So I just want to let y'all know, still be safe. You know, you never know. I have heard about people scamming on Indeed, and a couple of people have been talking about they're doing a lot of sex trafficking on Indeed. So be very careful and check these places out before you show up to a job interview. Not saying that stuff like this on Indeed and hiring platforms don't go on, you know, because I'm pretty sure there have been cases where people have went missing showing up to job interviews that they thought were legit. So just always do your due diligence before you head out somewhere. Take a friend, share your location. Always let somebody know where you are. Okay, I hope everybody have a blessed day. Stay positive because nobody's perfect. Peace.